this is your 7 a.m. daily weather forecast at Channel 2 National Public News with your host, Andy Zhao. Let's bring it over to Tony, who will be talking about the weather in general here in the U.S.
As of temperatures, it's going to be in the 50s and the 70s depending on where you are. So if you're over here, it's going to be in the 50s, and if you're over here, it's going to be in the 70s. And I suggest wearing a light jacket, nothing too heavy because it's not too bad weather. It's actually pretty cold considering that it's summer and it's June.
Thanks, Tony. So in the east, there's not much going on. There's a high pressure sensor, which also means an anticyclone. So it's moving the clockwise direction. It's off the coast of Virginia, North Carolina. So in the east, just expect some sunny, cool days relative to a normal June day. For example, in Tennessee, it's 64 degrees, and in Pennsylvania, it is 65 degrees. It's pretty warm, but not too warm for a summer day. So again, a cool, clear summer day. If you're in Texas though, watch out for that very big, massive clouds. These clouds rose up from the Gulf of Mexico and were driven by the anticyclone. Even though the winds are very small, there's still an accumulation of clouds. And so, according to the radar station, the winds are going around 5 miles an hour, or to 10 miles an hour, and the temperature is 79, well, the dew point is 72. So don't really expect rain for the southern part of Texas, but just expect to get covered by clouds. Also, because it is an anticyclone, the clouds will likely move to the northwest because that's the direction of the winds and that's the direction of an anticyclone. So overall, a pretty good day in the east. If I were you, I would recommend wearing just a light jacket, maybe some shorts if you feel like it, but a pretty good day. Now let's bring it over to Michael, who will be talking to you about the sticky situation in the north.
Up in North America, starting specifically in the northeast, there's a cold front coming down from Canada, going into Maine and New York and all those areas. And there's a storm being brought in also, and bad weather's coming in, followed by high pressure, and you can see the winds are coming down in this direction. And there's lots of cloud cover, and then down here, there's a stationary front, so this bad storm is going to stay there for a bit. And there's also some wind, but not a lot of wind down there because of the stationary front. And then there's more wind coming down here and going over there from the high pressure area, and as you can see, lots of wind going down to the low pressure areas. And there's a warm front coming up, part of this cyclone right here. And the cold front's following it, so this nasty weather going to be here. And it's starting out like right there. And it's not a lot of cloud cover, but there's going to be some soon. But there's really power 25 mile an hour winds up there and there, and some weaker winds around that. And over here in Washington and upper Idaho, there's some rain and lots of clouds, and like 3/4 cloud cover over here also. And then there's a cold front coming in, so that's going to bring some storms. So overall, you'd want like raincoats and umbrellas over here, and also up here, but then in this area you want to probably stay inside as much as you can. There's lots of storms going on. And then over here it would be pretty windy, so just preferably probably a raincoat, because an umbrella might get pulled away. And in general, also, there's fairly low humidity over here, and then up where the storms are, it's obviously high humidity, especially up here, and it's higher, but there's no extreme humidity. There is, like, pretty close there, very close to 100%, and then, because it's all rainy, and overall, and over here it's pretty low. There's not a lot of clouds, so the humidity is obviously low.
Okay, so right now there's a couple low pressure sensors right here, and a high pressure sensor, but it's not really that high. So that's not going to be the best weather, as you can see by the clouds. It might rain a little, but not too much. And it's not too bad considering that there's a cold front here, meaning that it will wipe it away to the east. In California, it's in the 50s right now, which is cold considering that it's June and it's supposed to be like in the 90s. But yeah, and then it's pretty humid right now, as you can see by the 50-degree and the other 50-degree dew point, which is right here. And that means that it's really humid and condensation is starting, meaning that there might be some water on the ground and stuff, but it doesn't really look like there's clouds right now, so that's not too bad. That means that there's not going to be a lot of rain or any rain at all. In San Francisco, it's actually 54 degrees with a dew point of 50 degrees, so that's also really humid too. And down below in Los Angeles, it's 59 degrees with a 55-degree dew point, meaning that it's also really humid.